Okay, the Committee on Parole is called back to order. The time is 10:01. We are still at Elaine Hunt. Our next case is Mr. Frederik Dennis. Mr. Dennis, would you introduce yourself, please, and give us your full, your DOC number?
Frederik Dennis, DOC number 738-512.
Mr. Dennis, let me explain our process to you. Your case is set today for a revocation hearing. I'm going to read some information into the record, and we're going to cover your parole revocation questionnaire. Then I'm going to go over the allegations under which it is alleged that you have violated your parole. Then I'm going to ask you to plead either guilty, not guilty, guilty with a statement, or not guilty with a statement. Then we're going to have a hearing. Have a discussion about that. You'll get a chance to explain what happened or what didn't happen. Then the panel will vote. Do you understand our procedure?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Dennis, do you have your parole revocation questionnaire in front of you?
Yes, sir.
Is that your signature at the bottom of the page, dated April the 10th of 2020? I assume that's 2023.
Yes, sir.
Is that your signature? Are those answers, when you fill this out, accurate and correct?
Yes, sir.
Are they still accurate and correct today?
Yes, sir.
Are you ready to proceed with this hearing?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to read you the allegations. It's a violation of number 5. You have been in possession of a firearm by your arrest on October the 31st of 2022 by the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Office for felon in possession of a firearm. It is further alleged that you have been in possession of a firearm by your own admittance in your statement provided by the police. How do you plead to that charge?
Plead not guilty.
Mr. Dennis, your case has been assigned to me. So I will begin our questioning here. Tell me what happened on October the 31st of 22 when you were arrested in Los Angeles.
The mother of my child, her neighbor was having a Halloween party, and the neighbor just paid me to help them move some stuff out the car to make room for the party, and follow him around the corner to his grandmother's house in his car with his belongings. And in the midst of that, while I was following him in his car, the police pulled us over because they said the windows were tinted, and they asked who was on probation or parole. I told them I was on parole, and they searched his car and I found a gun. Wasn't my car, wasn't my belongings, wasn't nothing.
And the police report indicates that the person in the car with you said it wasn't her gun. She didn't know it was there. And you indicated to the police initially you didn't know anything about it, and then you said it's my gun.
The police just said that they just lied to say that to make the mother of my child get released. I never admitted or said anything was mine. I didn't own the car, didn't own the gun or nothing.
The police report indicates that you stated that it was your gun. Are you saying that's a lie? The police report is wrong?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, let's talk a little bit about your parole. When did you get paroled?
I got released. I didn't get parole. I got released December 8th, 2021.
Okay. And you got transferred to California?
That's where I'm from.
I'm sorry?
That's where I'm from. I did an interstate compact.
Okay. And so you went back to California?
Yes, sir.
And how long were you working when you?
I was working for a temp.
I'm sorry?
I was working for a temp agency.
You were working with a temp agency. Well, the parole officer, or the officer there in California, the people who were supervising you indicated that you didn't have a job, you'd been unemployed the entire time, and you refused to get help. And that's a lie too?
No. I mean, the temp agency just called me every now and then and said when work is available. Like I wasn't fully employed. I have like a job on a daily basis, but when they would call me when work is available and I would go in, it would be like pick up trash at the park or I was doing DoorDash or Uber Eats, like I stayed busy though.
I'm looking at the evaluation and recommendation by the California Parole Division, and they say interstate transfer from Louisiana who was convicted of negligent manslaughter in possession of a firearm. The parolee has been unemployed his entire parole period. The parolee was again arrested in possession of a loaded firearm. Given the seriousness of his prior conviction, we recommend he be returned to the city. And they indicate that they had encouraged you to seek employment and you've been offered employment resources, but you have refused any help. That's what the report says. And that's why we returned back to Louisiana.
Well, I had a warrant out here. That's why I returned back to Louisiana. I got released in California. I had no criminal charges, no probable cause, no criminal conduct. I got released. I'm only detained because I had a warrant in Louisiana for, I guess, for my arrest. As soon as I got arrested, I had a warrant issued out for me. 2 days later, I had everything dropped. I don't even have no charges. And I have a job waiting on me when I get out too for the city of
Mr. Dennis, let me explain something to you. Okay, we look at the facts of the case. It's a factor, perhaps, whether the DA's office decides to charge you or not, but that's not dispositive of what we do. We look at what you've done while you've been on parole to determine whether or not it's accurate, what the offense, what you're alleged to have done. Whether you're charged with it or not is a factor, but it's not the deciding factor. We have information from your parole office that you weren't working, you refused help, and you admitted that it was your gun. And the police report says that you admitted it was your gun. And you're on parole for a crime that involved a gun. Now you're shaking your head.
I can't believe what's going on. That's all I said.
Who was Yvonne Ross? Who was that person?
I was the mother of my child.
The mother of your child.
That's right.
Sir, on your parole questionnaire, you put down income of $2,400. What's the source of that income?
It's basically an odd job, like when Tim agency would call me, or DoorDash, or Uber Eats, or and stuff like that. But I have a real job waiting on me now. I have with the city of Los Angeles Waste Management. My cousin is going to get me in. It's a union job.
Okay. So the parole certificate, you said you got released in California. The parole certificate said you were paroled on December the 8th of 2021.
That's right.
Until June the 20th of 2032.
Yes, that's my full-time.
Okay. But you were saying that you were in jail in California.
I've been in jail since October 31st.
Oh, on this arrest.
Yeah, this arrest. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I misunderstood when you said, okay. But you do remember getting, okay, you got that compact from Louisiana to California, right?
Yes, but
You got released in
originally from
December.
California.
Say again?
I'm originally from California. I caught a door down here and I did time and I got out December 8th and then I did an interstate contact back home.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, all right, that makes sense. All right, thank you. That's all I had, Joe.
Mr. Dennis, is there anything you'd like to say before we vote?
I just like to say that, well, even though you said that the deciding factor has to do with Louisiana, I never got charged with anything, sir. I never got billed. I never got charged. I didn't have no criminal conduct, no probable cause. I just want to get home to my son. I just want to go home. I have a job waiting on me. Even though she said I didn't ask for any help, I didn't give her any problems. I didn't have no problems on parole, no dirty drug tests, no run-ins with the law until this incident. I didn't do anything wrong. I just want to be given another chance. It's like I could be successful in society. I just want to give another chance. I'm fly.
Sure.
So what is your statement about the gun? Who did the gun belong to?
It belonged to the owner of the car, and that's the neighbor of the mother of my child. We was having a Halloween party. All I did was.
I got all that. I got all that. I just wanted to know. So your statement today is you did not own a gun, and the gun belonged to a neighbor of the individual that owned the car.
On the car, it wasn't even
And the
my car.
listen, and at the time that you were stopped by the police, was the neighbor that owned the car in the vehicle?
No, I was following him. He was
Yes
in
or
the-
no? That's a yes or no. At the time you were stopped by police.
No. He was in the vehicle in front of me.
So, and which car was the gun found in? The one you were riding in or in the other car?
The one I was riding in, but they're both his vehicles. They're in his name.
They are both vehicles belong to the neighbor. And the gun was found in the car that you were riding in. And the neighbor that owned the gun did not step up and say, "This is my gun."
Yeah, he got the car out of the impound. He told the police it was his gun, but they.
I'm just asking, the report doesn't indicate that, that's why I'm asking.
Yeah, I see. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, the report indicated that. Okay, so you saying that the gun was found in the car that you were in, you did not own the car, and the neighbor owned both cars, and you was, following him around. Isn't that some kind of luck to get have, isn't it? That's some kind of luck to have. All right, I just wanted to make sure it was clear in my head. I just want to make sure it was clear in my head. That's all I have. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Mr. Dennis, anything you'd like to say before we vote?
I just want to ask you guys, y'all give me another chance. You'll never see me again, I swear. I'm gonna do what I gotta do as a man. You'll never see me again. I just want to go back home. I've been incarcerated 9 months, just sitting here waiting. I haven't been reported anything, no charges, anything, even though I felt that already before. But my son just got born. I missed my grandfather's funeral. Like,
Mr. Dennis, I'm looking at a police report. Found a loaded weapon in the car. Sunroof, right where you were driving the car. Police report doesn't suggest, it states clearly, you told the police it was your gun.
I never told
May
the
not
police.
have violated any of your conditions of parole, but apparently you weren't working with parole to try to help you find a job. You were unemployed the entire time. You say you had these little part-time jobs, but you never apparently told your parole officer you had these jobs.
I told my parole officer I was working at DoorDash and doing tip agency. I told her.
Mr. Dennis, I'm going on the record that we have the report from your parole office. They're the ones who suggested you be sent back here because of the serious nature of the charge. My vote today is I do believe that you had knowledge of that gun. You possessed that gun when you were in that car. It was a fully loaded, functioning gun. My vote is to revoke you today. I'm just one vote. Ms. Jackson.
We're voting now. Had you been honest with the board today, I might have been willing to work with you. If you had admitted, I think it was supposedly your girlfriend's car, it wasn't the neighbor's car. I don't understand why you'd be driving the neighbor's car. But in any event, I don't think you've been honest with the board. And so because of the violation, I find you guilty and vote to revoke.
Thank you, Ms. Jackson.
Mr. Freddie, my vote is the same, for the same reasons.
Mr. Dennis, you've had 3 votes to revoke your parole. Your parole has been revoked. Good luck to you, sir.